Hello and welcome once again to the North American 8-Ball Open here at the Venetian Las Vegas. Today is the third day of the first tournament of 6 scheduled by the International Pool Tour for this season. Just wait to see what they've got to say. I'm going to have a little interview in a minute.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just get a bit more in. Over the next 6 months then, $8 million of prize money will be won. Just waiting for the interviewer to come in to talk to the players. I'll keep going till I see her. And it is very possible, incidentally, with that type of money at stake, that one of these players in the tournament could actually become the first player to win over $1 million. Johnny Archer on the left, Ronnie O'Sullivan on the right, carrying England's colours. Archer's got a lot of experience at this game, could well be strong favourite, but who knows? We don't know the potential of the rocket, do we? Managed to scrape through on the qualifiers, Ronnie O'Sullivan. Look at that for a number of pool tables. What a fabulous setting that is. Just to go on and just finish what I was going to say originally, there's over $2 million on this tournament alone, with $350,000 to the winner.
Ronnie, I know you're still adjusting to the game of 8-ball. Did you learn anything in the first round that's helped you with your game?
No, I didn't learn much in the first round, but I learned more just by practicing with some of the other guys and just seeing how I should be looking at reading the table. So I'm just trying to take on board what they've said, and you know, it's just I was dreaming about it last night. I must admit, I was thinking of all these different things they were telling me, and you know, if some of them stick, that's good. But it's a like I said, it's a gradual process thing with me, but just have to keep digging in there.
Is it really hard to play your game when you're playing somebody like Johnny Archer?
My game, I don't know what my game is, you know, so I can't just go in with what I've got, you know, I don't know, I've never played Johnny, so I don't know what Johnny's like to play. I hear hear many good things about him, but, you know, I choose to not listen to what people say. I just try and go by my experience, and I'll let you know after the game what I think, yeah?
Good luck out there, Ronnie. And Johnny, I mean, you're playing against a snooker legend. Have you heard anything about Ronnie as an 8-ball player?
Oh, well, as an 8-ball player, I've never really heard much about his 8-ball game. I'm sure he's playing well. He won a good first-round match. You know, it's just you have to play your game. You know, it's you know, everybody here can play really well, so you know, nobody surprises you.
Specifically, what do you need to do to win this match?
I just have to limit all my mistakes. You know, it's just when I get the opportunity to run out, I need to run out, and I know I'm gonna have to do that playing Ronnie, because I played against him on the Moscone Cup team, America versus Europe, a few years ago. So I know he can really pot the balls well. So, you know, just limit my mistakes.
All right, Johnny. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Back over to you.
Johnny Archer, one of the all-time greats, Ronnie O'Sullivan's opponent. It's a strong group. There's 20 groups of 6 players to play now. They've lost 80 competitors through the first round. There's 120 left. That's divided into 20 groups. The groups are getting stronger. 6 players in a group, only 3 to go through, therefore 3 will go out. The guarantee for the losers is $5,000 just for losing. Let's just have another look at these rules. Just stress they're slightly tighter than normal. A few balls stay out, which could go in. So it really is beginning to buzz now, Roxton, as we've just got through the first round. And lagging to see who's going to break the balls. It's nearest to the short cushion rail. And it's Johnny Archer, I think. Turns his back. Changes for his breaking cue, heavier cue.
Referee? Is there a referee racking, or how does that work? Opponent racks? Yeah, go ahead, you rack. Yeah. Okay.
Well, I thought Johnny Archer won the break. I must have had that wrong. Yes, he did win the break, so it's Ronnie O'Sullivan to put them up for him. This is a real tough number for Ronnie O'Sullivan. A big hurdle, this one. One of the very, very strong favourites to actually take the $350,000 first prize. But we don't know how good Ronnie O'Sullivan is. Roxton Chapman, who's just itching to say a few words.
Well, good evening. Yes, certainly day 3 now, and the standard definitely improving. We've got some high-quality featured games for you tonight. And Ronnie O'Sullivan, well, you heard him in his interview. He doesn't know himself how he can play at this game. So I think we need to sit back and maybe find out for ourselves.
Archer to start this match. There hasn't been quite the same number of conversions in knocking a ball in off the break than one would have expected for some unknown reason. But he got one in this time.
Well, a strong break there. Immediate success for Archer. Just to place an emphasis on the prize money for this event. 80 players no longer in the event, but already a staggering $160,000 paid out of the $2 million pot.
Don't want to shortchange the sponsors, just to be specific, it's $2,050,000. Small change, you might think, the 50,000, but it's actually probably the equivalent to, you know, a top prize prior to this year in this game.
Well, it's equivalent to a top 10 place in this event as well.
Ten ball in the corner.
Ten ball in the corner nominated. Cut down the rail.
Well, Johnny Archer in interview said you just have to play your game and limit your mistakes. And at the moment, he's doing just that. Okay, it's early days. However, he will be thinking now of securing this first frame. And if he wasn't to gain success at his visit to the table, then the initiative will be in Ronnie O'Sullivan's favour. So he will definitely be thinking now, I need to run out here. Well, he has choices here. His cue ball surrounded by his 4 remaining stripes. He could probably opt to pot 3 of the 4. So given that statistic, you would expect him to stay in position and make the frame. There is something he's not 100% happy about. Maybe just trying to be extra careful again. First frame. And it's always nice to get off to a faultless start. It's great for the confidence, keeps your opponent in the seat.
I don't think the 6 ball is blocking that pocket. Just get past it.
13 in the corner.
Looks like a topspin shot. Sorry, Mark.
Just placing his cue where he wants the
12 in the corner.
cue ball to be for the next shot. He's going to run this through into this near pocket. I think he should come just a little bit off the cushion to make this last ball as easy as possible without having to knock the black anywhere. But he's left himself a cannon. And
15 aside.
15 ball in the side. It looks as though he's going to make a cannon unless he puts a bit of action on and stays on the 8 ball by cannon into one of those 3 balls behind it. Played it off the cushion. He's played a good shot as well.
That's come out well. Needed to play with the extreme bottom on that, just to keep away from those 3 solids there. And this does look like a no mistake start for Archer.
Ooh. Just went in, but went in it did. So Johnny Archer gets off to a flyer. Looked pretty steady there, Roxton.
Yes, he looked composed, played nicely, stayed on the table.
Now this went in off the side cushion rail, a couple of inches above the angle.
Yes, and retains the break now.
I like that. I like that. It's cool.
Ronnie O'Sullivan finds himself racking the balls again, something he's not accustomed to.
I've got a feeling it's a bit demeaning for Ronnie, this, to rack the balls up, although he'll take it with a smile.
Well, of course, because of the huge amount of players in this event, they don't have the amount of referees to spare for each table, so that every game does not have their own referee. I believe there's a referee monitoring a number of tables and can be called in at any moment for any dispute.
Now try it, see what that does. There you go. It should go back. Well, I don't think you want to do it that hard. Just kind of lightly. There you go. Now, yeah, that's it. You don't want to do it hard. No.
Press it very lightly.
Yeah.
Don't press down hard.
Because what it does, these things here. Yeah. See these things here. They'll make the ball split. Split. Yeah, if you do it hard.
Okay, Ronnie may be learning the game of 8 ball and learning how to rack the balls as well.
Because there's only they like set perfect. Okay. If you do it, it kind of makes it.
You don't know, he might end up being a referee.
Thanks.
And this time, you could say a better split, because from that view, nothing obviously blocking anything else. There we see it, perfect control of the cue ball there. Okay, got a nudge. Cue ball got nudged away from the centre of the table, but even so, he now has choices. He has the open table. And he has the initiative here. And he would dearly love to keep it here and keep Ronnie in his seat. I think he might be contemplating stripes here. However, I'm not sure he has an easy stripe starter. As you can see, all the stripes in the top half of the table there, near the 8 ball. And he is indeed going to cut this stripe into the centre, I think. He's thinking about it.
Sorry.
I think the problem is he hasn't got an easy starter, or a starter that he would like that's going to come out nicely in position if he were to pot. And because of that, it's changed his shot selection, and he's now going to go solids. May not have looked like a great positional shot, but I'm sure he's okay. Probably a choice of solid 3 or 5 into the centre.
5 in the side.
Okay, he's chosen the 5, which is the orange. The orange solid.
Two in the corner. 2 ball in the corner. God, that's fine.
Well, surely that wasn't as planned. Leaving the cue ball very close to side rail there. And quite a basic mistake, really. He just needed to give a little extra little power, bring the cue ball away from the cushion. So it really is surprising in this game, or any cue game for that matter, that cue ball's near the rail. The difficulty of the shot seems to increase tremendously. Looking at cutting the 6 into the bottom left. Also has a shot on the 3 ball near the 8 ball.
Three in the side. No, I can't take that. Play a 4 in the corner.
Yeah, I was actually going to say that he's got not only the solids near the 8 ball to worry about, but these 2 down the bottom of the table there. And he's got a pretty natural shot here, just to stun the 4 and leave himself with a half ball pot on the yellow 1, that is, into the top left.
One in the corner.
2-minute break? Okay. This is Storm. We need to take a 2-minute.
So still holding the table, still maintaining control of this match at the moment. Can he maintain it for another 3 pots?
Six in the corner.
Six ball into this near pocket, just past the round looking stripe ball there. And his last solid is just north of the black there.
Well, we're not sure whether he intended that off his opponent's stripe, but certainly a lovely positional shot with the cue ball.
3 in the side.
Just going round the 9 ball, which was near the bottom rail, off 2 rails and looking good now.
Similar to his last ball in the last frame. Same type of angle.
Yeah, this time doesn't need to play with deep screw. Just a nice run through to leave a simple black.
Well, that's some start. That is for Johnny Archer. Perfection itself. Hasn't made a mistake at all yet. 2 run-outs from the break, leading Ronnie O'Sullivan by 2 racks to nothing.
Wasn't my easiest game I ever had.
So it doesn't get much of that from Johnny Archer. The green ball, I suppose, was not meant to hit the stripe. It still went in. Well, news from table number 2 in the match in the same group. Tom Storm of Sweden versus Mika Immonen of Finland. The Finn is leading after 2 frames of 2 racks. It's 2 racks to nothing in his favour. Not this time. Oh, just look what he puts into it. Stand down on your shot on the break does not help you. Did one go in, Roxton?
Oh yes, you got one.
Oh, I missed it. I wonder why I was looking at the balls from that position with his cue in his hand.
I think he just forgot to put his score down. Realised after the break, as the players are filling in their own score sheets as well.
So stripes it is. And you've got to be impressed with the way that he's got concentrating into this game. Very, very purposeful. Oozing confidence, no doubt.
Ten inside.
Yes, his play speeded up. You can see the winning line now. He's got the long 15 to this bottom right, and doesn't need to do anything with the cue ball, just hold it where it is.
He's not put a foot wrong yet, Ronnie. Done nothing wrong at all.
I think you could say the only thing he's done wrong is rack the balls too well, because Archer's scored every time.
Well, he probably made a bad shot on the lag. That was his problem. It was 1 inch out. But of course, O'Sullivan can do this.
Well, judged to perfection there. A shot that could have easily have gone wrong. Played it off the 2 rails, top and side rails.
9 in the corner.
Leave himself straight on the 9. And now just a case of simply running this through, leaving an angle in his last stripe. As long as he doesn't run it far enough, that looks pretty perfect. Back into the middle of the table. That would be another one under his belt.
8 in the corner.
Well, an immaculate display here. Johnny Archer, 3 in a row. No shot for O'Sullivan yet. 3 up in this race to 8. Well, I wonder now if he's thinking about running the match out from here. He certainly started fantastically well. Another example here of his the way he's got into this game so quickly. O'Sullivan having a look, he probably could sense that there's a position that could have gone wrong, but as you can see there, perfectly on the 9 ball, left really drop-ins for his 3rd frame.
So we're in a nice neat little triangle with the black just 2nd ball down. Doesn't travel very far usually, no matter how hard you hit the balls. Seem to be locked in there and insulated against the huge mass behind this cue ball travelling at speed. Players wind up, really recoil into this cue action, and their whole body of course leaps forward as well. Well, he's got one in again.
Unbelievable.
And also he's got the cue. He's left the cue ball on the short cutting cushion at the top there. But there's also a nice easy opening pot for Johnny Archer, which I'm sure he'll take.
I think you heard Ronnie say monster there. I think he was impressed with Archer's breaking in this match, because in the first 2 days coverage, Mark, the players have struggled to get balls off the break. And what a huge advantage if you could try and get one in every frame. Certainly something that as yet none of the players we've seen been doing that. They have not been doing that.
He looks a little bit straight on this ball on the cushion.
Well,
it's a 1 ball.
He's probably forced into taking the solids simply because there's no starter on the stripe for him. So whether or not it's the better ball to take, probably Archer didn't have much of a say in that. He's just got to make sure he stays on the table, and he's done that in the first 3 frames pretty well.
4 in the corner.
Ronnie looking maybe very slightly disinterested now, looking away at the other matches, which is kind of understandable because he just hasn't had a shot yet.
Shot.
Another nicely controlled shot there. May look as though he might be out of position, however he'll probably play the combination here.
Combination on the 2, 7.
Okay, yeah, that's right. The 7 onto the 2 ball. You heard him call it. He's looking at it now. The 7 there. Contacting the 2 ball next. And in doing so, he'll stay on the table. He'll also probably just hold the cue ball where it is, maybe for the orange 5 next, as you can see. Shouldn't have any problems here. Well tucked away. Perfectly on the 5. A few stripes around there, but he should be able to maintain position after this. I see, he may have thought at first he was out of position, but not really. A fairly straightforward combination shot. Perfectly legal at 8 ball. Nicely on the 5.
Can you hold on a second?
Probably his only concern here is the stripes, the two stripes next to it. And he just wants to make sure, because he might have to collide with one or maybe even both. Just wants to make sure that he doesn't slip up positional wise here. Make contact with only the one. Nicely played in the end. See there on the graphic there, he's got the 3 and the 7 ball. He's facing the 3 ball there into the centre. Sigh of relief. Well, if you can make the 3, the 7 and the 8 mark, that would be 4 in a row. That really would be an achievement, especially from the very first break.
7.
Taking on the harder shot on the 7. Straightforward enough pot. And again, looks very good from here. He has the angle on the 3 ball.
3 in the corner. Straight on it.
Probably just a case here. 8 doesn't look like it will go in either the bottom left or right pockets. You may see him play this with top spin.
In the corner.
Just making sure he can make it past the stripe into the centre of that pocket, so he can concentrate on position. Oh, beautifully done.
In the side.
Well, that's fantastic from Johnny Archer. That's 4 run-outs in 4 consecutive racks. He goes into a lead of 4 racks to nothing. Ronnie O'Sullivan hasn't yet put a foot wrong. He's done nothing wrong, except perhaps rack these balls too kindly for Johnny Archer. So Ronnie O'Sullivan really finding one of the best players in the world on top form, trailing by 4 racks.
August on Eurosport 2. Eurosport 2 is on the road to Flushing Meadows with stops to hone the hardcourt skills before the Open itself. Russia stages the FIFA Under-20 Women's World Championship, all set to be another football epic. Volleyball's about to serve a winner. From all around the globe comes the innovative World Grand Prix. The road to Flushing Meadows, the Under-20 Women's World Championship and the Volleyball World Grand Prix. August on Eurosport 2.
Download exclusive color pictures. Get this image instantly and discover many more. Send the message Euro to the number 82666 if you're in the UK, 7654 in Poland, 72727 in Sweden, and 2011 in Norway.
Tour returns to Earth. Red Earth. The clay court of Kitzbühel is all set to witness another tense affair. Gaudio defends his title. Davydenko and Robredo are out to seize the crown. ATP Kitzbühel, every day and Sunday's final, live on Eurosport 2.
Against their heat rate, they might not like it.
So welcome back and just having a look at the trophy that the winner is going to receive with a little bit of paper inside it worth $350,000. And I wonder if that winner is going to come from the match we're watching. It could be O'Sullivan, of course, but Johnny Archer is playing sublime pool at this moment. 4 times he's broken off, knocked the ball in and run out. You've not been seeing that too often, actually, in the first round matches.
Good.
So he's going to break off again, and just while he's breaking off, just to say something about the players that exited the tournament at the end of the first round, and there were 80 of them. because the action's a little bit frenetic here, what we'll do, we'll work through the names over the course of the programme and just let you know that these are the guys, unfortunately, they've gone out. They've taken $2,000 with them, but they're the casualties of the first round group losers. Done it again.
Well, you couldn't see him not getting one in then. The cue will stop dead in the middle of the table.
I don't think. Wow.
And when the player is able to hold the cue ball in the centre of the table, such as he did there, hardly any movement to the cue ball there at all, and the break is played with such force, you know the ball is being struck absolutely perfectly, and it's inevitable the balls are going to start dropping in then. Saying that, I think the 8 ball has come up alongside the cue ball there in the centre of the table, which seems to be causing him a bit of a definite problem there with getting a solid or striped starter here. So, well, from probably the best break we've seen tonight, probably the unluckiest result so far. Now, is this going to be a chance for Ronnie here if Johnny Archer doesn't make the 3 in the corner, which he's just called? Certainly a gettable shot, and on the way Archer's playing at the moment, it's very hard to see him missing this. Well, never a problem. Solid as it is.
Take a chance, I guess, right?
He's made sure he stayed on the table. He's made sure Ronnie stays in his seat.
4 in the corner.
Going to play the long 4 ball. A tricky shot now, possibly even trickier than his starter. Firstly, he has to make the ball. Secondly, he has to gain position. Playing with the top, as you can see on the cue ball. Played it in such a way to nudge his yellow 1 on the top rail there into play, whereas the stripe was covering it previously. Maybe he would have liked to have stayed on the 1 ball there, but he still knocked it into a potable position. So he probably didn't intend to be where he is. Having a very close look at the 6, it looks from here like it should pass fairly comfortably into the bottom right.
Two in the side.
Okay, he's ignoring the 6 ball, taking the 2. He's made the 2, but has he made the position? Not sure he has. Well, a bit unfortunate there, really. He's got the cannon he made on the strike ball, which he would have played in the centre of the table to bring the cue ball down the table there, but in doing so, this 9 ball, he couldn't get away from the 9 ball, and now he's snookered on the 7 ball. So the 9, a stripe, he can't play that. Taking his time now.
I think he's coming up the side cushions in New Roxton, but it's awkward because of the queuing.
Yeah, he's slightly awkward queuing, and he certainly is going to have a go here. So his side rail.
Play 7.
And possibly the bottom rail as well here. Of course, if he can play at side rail, bottom rail, onto the 7 that is, by his hand there, his bridging hand, he'll be able to hopefully get the cue ball back into the middle of the table.
Good hit.
Well, good effort. Nearly made it, nearly stayed on the table mark, and now Ronnie has a chance to see what he can do now.
Well, he's been in play for some time now. I would have thought that deserved a round of applause. Johnny Archer got himself into a very awkward position. Bit unlucky. And
they get one a match. He's taking his break.
Now Ronnie. Not got the easiest entree in the world.
Well, if his head was spinning before the game started, wondering how to play this game, it must be out of control now.
Well, there is the other side to this, of course. He's watched Johnny Archer really playing perfect positional play, potting and position, which is, there's been no strategy about it. It's been clear the table, which is the language that Ronnie talks. So if Johnny Archer can do it, so can Ronnie O'Sullivan do it. That's how Ronnie will be thinking.
$12 in the corner. 14 in the corner. $10 in the corner. $13 in the corner. $11 in the corner. $8 inside.
Well, that didn't take too long either. It's high quality 8-ball. O'Sullivan then, with the first chance he gets, does the business. He takes rack 5. So let's say it's a bit of a late start for him. 3 racks behind. He could have been 5 racks behind the way Archer was playing. This was the moment that Johnny Archer made his first mistake. Just a few of the names of the players that exited, taken 2,000 with them with their A's. Jeffrey Abernathy, Roland Acosta, David Al-Qaeda, Frank Alvarez and Paul Brienza.
Well, immediate disappointment there for Ronnie off the break-off. Really had to get one in there to try and stay with Archer. He's also let the cue ball go a bit. Let the cue ball slip towards the pocket there.
9 in the corner.
So straightforward enough. 9
11 in the corner.
For Johnny Archer to regain the table.
Corner.
O'Sullivan solid in the corner there, not posing any problems. Was able to pocket the strike, past it comfortably. And also the 8 being very near the spot where the balls are racked to begin with at the beginning of the frame, hasn't moved far from it. And because of that reason, the 8 now is pocketable in probably every pocket. So all Johnny Archer has to do really is worry about his other stripes. Position on the 8 ball should come naturally here. Again, perfect control, a fairly straightforward shot, but he had to make sure that he left the angle on his penultimate stripe there into the right middle in order for him to
15 inside.
Keep control of his positional play on the table. Again, all play to come up the table, leave himself, say, a half ball shot. Looks good from here, nice angle. Well, perfect pull again from Johnny Archer. This to regain his 4-frame cushion. A simple 8. No problems. There it goes.
Unbelievable stuff then, Johnny Archer. He's leading 5 racks to 1, and it's the first to 8, of course, but winning against O'Sullivan doesn't necessarily mean that he qualifies, and it doesn't mean that O'Sullivan goes out. Because there's 5 matches in this round to play in this group. So 6 players in the group, and they have to play each other once, so that's 5 matches. So this is O'Sullivan, one of O'Sullivan's matches and Archer's matches, but we've still got the other matches to play, and it's the top 3 that go through.
Also a very strong group, this as well.
Very, very strong. Archer, Shannon Dalton, Robert McKenna from Wales, Mika Immonen playing on table 2 against Tom Storm at the bottom, and O'Sullivan. Robert McKenna's done well.
Yes, so Robert McKenna, of course, an English 8-ball player. And he's one of several English 8-ball players playing in this event. And from the outset of this tournament, they have been playing English 8-ball. That's on a smaller 6-foot by 3-foot table. And they play, instead of spots and stripes, they play yellows and reds. So no real surprise to see them doing well in this event. As you might say, they play the same game, but just on a smaller table.
Tremendous power in that break, but nothing in. I wonder if they've stopped running for him. Just look at that. Also, Sullivan can't really do that, so he can't hit the ball so hard on the break. O'Sullivan would never have any reason at all to play that type of shot in his natural parent game. Yeah,
the extreme body movement you can see, and the extreme bend of the warp of the cue as the cue follows through is quite incredible, especially in slow motion. And probably the kind of strike that the players, it comes with them through years of playing, probably from a young age, when they can get into that sort of position and get right through the ball.
Yeah, it's getting everything working just at the right speed and at the right time. When Archer cue's up, he must waggle that cue up and down, and he increases the tempo of the waggle, and then as he's about to strike he actually pauses, which strangely enough is what the great players in England do, the pause. They're wound up at that moment, ready to go, and it's all rhythm. Very rhythmical, isn't it?
Oh yes, absolutely. And just staying with the pause for a moment, it's always a good really, who's maybe struggling with the timing of the cue ball, to try and adopt that slight pause. It doesn't have to be long. Many players even have a natural pause, which could be a fraction of a second. Some players have a more deliberate pause, but it's still there, and it does maintain that control and the control of the cue action.
A little bit like the top of the swing at golf.
Yes, that's right. You see the same with the professional golfers. And because of that, you don't see the effort, the obvious effort going into the shot, but it's all timing.
Ronnie's just sizing up the position. Not there yet, so a few more names on the call of death. I stopped at Paul Brienza. Jackie Broadhurst went out. Charles Bryant, Louis Butera, Linda Carter, Alejandra Carvajal. Ronnie's choosing stripes.
Well, you just feel that he's got to make this count.
11.
It's already 5-1 down. It's only a race to 8 racks, remember. And really tonight has been the first example we've had of the advantage the player has if they can stay on the table, maintain position, clear up, and because of that they have the choice to break again, which of course they will do. They'll opt to break again. This time round, Johnny Archer managed to get 4 frames in that fashion.
13.
So a statistic like that exaggerates the importance of every shot for O'Sullivan here. If Archer's run 4 in a row, there's no reason why he can't run another 3 in a row here and win the match. However, Ronnie making a good stab at getting back into it here. He's got just his 2 stripes left. The 8 again, near the spot in the centre of the table. No problems with the 8 ball going. And looking like no problems here either. He's got the 10 in the centre. All he has to do is roll it. He might even stun it in. Keep the cue ball controlled in the centre of the table. Just a nice easy stun, leaving a straight 8. Deciding to play it left-handed, still shouldn't be any problem. Well, just made it. 5-2 now. O'Sullivan back in, you'd think, with a fighting chance in this match now. And he also has the break to come.
Got a bit lucky there. Huh? Kissing the 13, got a bit lucky. Did he break there?
There it is. Fairly straightforward finish for him in the end. Nicely controlled. Just real dollies, you could say, to finish the frame with. A few more of those would be nice for him. So there it is, 5-2 down. And he really has to make the break count again here. He's got to try and do a Johnny Archer on the break here, Mark.
Well, he certainly hasn't been practicing them all his life. There's a new O'Sullivan style look. He's going to come up a bit.
Oh, there he is. There's the practice stroke. He knows the importance of this now.
Well, that's not bad. Got one in. It's clicked.
Well, I'm not sure we could have seen him make a better effort there.
I hit him all right, didn't I?
Yeah, you heard him say he hit him okay, and he did. I mean,
Yeah.
there we go, there's his technique. Even had a bit of the back leg going there, as they do.
Yeah, he has. He's got the back leg flip, hasn't he? I have to tell him that.
I think maybe he needs to make it just that little bit more in the air, a little bit higher.
Played a four ball. What was that? What was it all? What that was? Very smart. Foul.
We certainly are seeing a different angle to this sport, Mark, if you could say, because the players are wearing microphones on their sleeves, and their collars, sorry, and we certainly are able to hear their every reaction to each shot.
Well, these players have been pretty disciplined about their game. They've not become particularly animated, like some.
Who would that be then?
Well, I think it might be Al Strickland and Mike Siegel. But it's interesting, really. I find it really interesting to hear what their inner thoughts are, and it comes out, they're talking to themselves. I wonder if they know that it's coming out live.
Well, it certainly is a more relaxed atmosphere than we've come to expect maybe in the snooker halls of old. Absolute silence was necessary. You get some pretty stern looks if any noises were happening around the table. Anybody walked in.
And, you know, not that it necessarily happens now, but if you opened up a Minto with a wrap around it, and you were, like, on the back row of the upper circle, they'd sniff you out as then sniffer dogs, and you'd go.
One in the corner.
Yes, I don't know what it is about snooker, pool matches and sweet wrappers. They seem to go together.
Shame, really, that O'Sullivan hit a good break ball, O'Sullivan, but didn't make one. Thought he had for a moment, but if he loses this frame, it's could have been one that went his way if only he'd dropped a break ball, and then really have had a battle on.
Oh, that's nice, yeah. Fall skid last. Unbelievable.
Well, that was surprising. That really was surprising, because there was a ball on the cushion rail, which made that into a very big pot. A very big pocket, I should say. He's saying the ball skidded.
I think he means a kick, a heavy contact. Either that, or he's talking about the reaction off the cushion, not as expected.
I don't think there are any. I don't think America's imported any kicks at all from our games over in the UK. You don't see them, do you?
Well, certainly there's lots of controversy about cue ball kicking. Sometimes a very high percentage of times in professional snooker matches, and it does cause the players a lot of problems. Sullivan going for a delicate combination on the 9. Looks good from here. Has he got the legs? Not quite.
Will it go?
Huh? Does it go?
I don't know about that one there, partner.
Huh?
I don't know about that one.
Well, I'd say that don't go, but...
I mean, I can play it off the point.
Yeah.
You know. Pretty tough on me. Pretty tough on me there, Slim.
I thought that was Steve Davis's nickname, wasn't it? The Romford Slim.
I'll play the 7 in the corner.
No, I won the last bet. No. Didn't get a ball. I just don't think it goes. I wanted to leave it there. I rolled it back up.
Attempting what looks like a very tricky 7.
I can't believe it.
Ronnie didn't think it went. Johnny did.
I guess it does go, don't it?
I think a pretty perfect shot here.
This one don't.
Had to miss this stripe, then
No, this one don't go.
couldn't hit the centre of the pocket. Had to use the solid 3. Well, perfect weight, perfect execution.
It's here, I guess.
Players seem to be having a little chat about the game now.
I think Ronnie's a little bit miffed because he missed the yellow because he was trying to hold the cue ball so that if the yellow didn't go in, he was blocking this pocket, blocking the pot that Johnny Archer took in the end, because O'Sullivan didn't think it would go.
Well, that's certainly a mistake that Ronnie O'Sullivan wouldn't make on the snooker table. So there's a definite situation where he's lost out just through possibly not having the exposure, the time, as much on an 8-ball table he has on a snooker table.
Good point, good point.
Try to knock it out. 3 in the corner. Come on.
He's not ever so sure about this going. He knows it will just.
Caught the 2.
Huh?
I believe I hit the 2.
No, he didn't play that.
No, I hit the 2. Well, that might be better. Play the 6.
Well, he said he might be better. He planned to hold on the 2-ball there, nudged it far too much up the table. So he's got no shot on the 2-ball here. Can't see an obvious pot on the 2. The 6, as you can see, goes there. He's looking at it now, goes into the top right. There's a clear path to the pocket for him. A difficult shot, however, if he were to knock it in, he was pretty much guaranteed position on the 2-ball. All he has to do is keep the cue ball in the centre of the table, which naturally it should do. Well, slightly too thick. Maybe asking just a little bit much. Johnny Archer at that time just lost his way a little bit. The previous shot wasn't one of his best, forcing him into that, well, gettable, but frankly fairly awkward shot. As you see, the cue ball stayed in the centre of the table. He would have had no problem with the clearance. So pretty much game ball there.
Yes, and he's not playing quite as well as he was when he started. He'd have a job to have kept that type of form going for perfect games, but not making 1 or 2 mistakes now. Now that will be the thing that he'll be remembering, and the fact that he's not quite playing as well as he could be playing. And O'Sullivan, if he takes this, could really put pressure, I think, on Johnny Archer.
11 in the corner.
Well, when he does get to the table, Ronnie doesn't look particularly bothered that Johnny started off so brilliantly with those 4 run racks.
13 inside. Nine in the corner.
Ronnie calling the obvious 9 in the corner. Just wanted to make sure that there's no fouls going to happen.
12 in the side.
Take a 5-minute break? Yes.
Well, it looks like he's got a fairly straightforward soft stun just to hold the cue ball where it is, but he might be thinking about going off 1 or 2 cushions. Come back to roughly where he is in the centre of the table. Well, he's played it with check side to avoid the only one of 2 of Archer's solids.
Well, I didn't think that was a particularly good shot, the penultimate one, but he managed to knock the black in, so knock the 8 ball in, so that's a good response now from Ronnie O'Sullivan. He should have lost that game to Johnny Archer, but not playing quite as well, Johnny Archer, only now in the lead by 2 racks. O'Sullivan now chasing him. So that's the ball that Archer missed, and from there O'Sullivan does the business. 5-3. He's behind Johnny Archer. Now this is when O'Sullivan really needs to get one in off the break.
Airborne.
Well, that's disastrous. Cue ball off the table, ball in hand to Johnny Archer, and that could cost him.
Thank you, sir. Wow.
Well, the cue ball was hit that side cushion rail completely off the bed of the table. Probably a little bit too much in the middle of the ball or the top Roxton rather than just below it.
Well, yes, he didn't hit the 1 at the head of the rack there. Full ball. That's what the players are after every time they break. They can control the cue ball. They can only do that if they hit the 1, which is at the head of the rack, as I said. If they can hit that full ball, then they've got more chance of controlling the cue ball. But there, as we saw in the replay, he hit it well, probably half ball. Nowhere near where he would have been aiming. Of course, at that speed, it's a shot that you often see happen. The cue ball careering off the table.
Stay. Can't get it to stay. It's in a divot, yeah. 6 on the side.
Taking solids and selecting the shot that enabled him just to knock that black out diffraction, or to clear the black at least. More first round losers while he chooses his shot. Michael Sonero, Lee Chenman,
Three in the corner. Yard line. Ho, ho.
Well, as players are certainly not worried about talking about each other's shots now. Concentration has maybe slipped away from Archer's game here. Nothing was said in the first 4 frames, just immaculate 8-ball. Pleasure to watch. Now things haven't quite gone right. A few comments here and there. Bit of a laugh and a chat. But this is still pretty serious stuff, and it may be group stages still. But nobody wants to start losing their first match.
Stop, please. Might shoot it now, I guess.
See, he wasn't doing this in the first 4 frames. He was getting down to business, just getting on with it. And now he's pondering maybe a little bit longer than he was.
Play to 7. Stay true, table.
He's just to regain his composure, maybe very slightly here. As we know, he's playing well enough to do it. It's a nice example. Plenty of side spin on the cue ball. But still, on the other hand, it must be nice to play with such a relaxed attitude on live television, playing for so many thousands of dollars. Not sure there's too many people would have that attitude, Mark.
Stop, please. I didn't think it hit it that far. I hit the ball down.
Well, again, the talking continues. The play
4 in the corner.
Not quite hitting its immaculate heights that it was.
Well, he certainly wasn't talking when he was playing those first 4 racks, and I don't suppose he could play better than that. It was phenomenal stuff.
4 in the corner.
He is now down to self-criticism. Out quite vocally, you can hear him. And I would think that he's more vulnerable now. If O'Sullivan could just find the lost chord in his play.
Well, he's having a chat, he's taking his time, because he's lost position here. He's on the purple 4. However, not as he would have liked. He's going to have to be playing this a thin cut into the top pocket there. And in doing so, he's going to be colliding. No way of avoiding the 9-ball stripe that's in the way of the cue ball. So not only does he have to concentrate on potting and making the 4, he's also got to think about position quite seriously here, because his other solids are down the other end of the table. So we may see this play with quite a lot of pace, maybe quite a lot of side.
Come on, baby.
Shut.
Ah, boy. I'll never have to shoot that one again.
Well, a pretty amazing shot there. He made it. He used the 9 to bring the cue ball up the table. I believe he also pocketed the 9. So no foul, legitimate shot. As long as he called his ball in and made it, that's good enough. He's able to stay on the table. Well, he seems happy with himself. He's regained, well, this to regain a 3-cushion lead now. And it goes, no problems. You could see he was clearly delighted with that finish. Now 6-3 up, first to 8, just needs 2 more racks. The way he's been playing in the first 4 is to say he won't do it without missing another ball. Ronnie, of course, will be hoping he won't, so he still has a chance in this match. He needs 5 more racks.
Yeah, I thought I was hitting 11, like at least half the ball. I said, well, I ain't got to worry about it, you know, stunning it or nothing. I said, I just run right into the half the ball. I didn't think I was hitting the bottom side of it. Oh, I just jacked up on this ball down here. Like Grady. Yeah. Yeah, I hit it easy as I can hit it, I thought, yeah. Well, I'm lucky to start what it did. At least I got where I can. No, Billy and I are available for you to hire. Just tell me when I do good, Billy.
So it's Archer to break again. Just 1 or 2 more names whilst he's coming to the table. Colin Colenso, first round loses these.
Okay.
Lou Kondo, Karen Kaur. Surprise, Karen going out. Wade Crane, Tony Crosby, Aaron Suzzetti. Johnny Archer to break. Lead in 6 racks to 3.
Dress up, baby, dress up. One time. One time.
Oh, what a tremendous break again. 2 in that time, Roxton.
I think that's the first time we've seen a player make 2 off the break. Melanie Archer looking on there. Willing her man on. And you've got to say he's looking good here. I think we'll be seeing Johnny take these solids. No real obstacles. When you look though, he has a choice. Really, there's no real obstacles either way. Sometimes when it's a close call, it's hard to make a decision because you think, well, maybe it's they're just as easy as each other. And okay, he's going to opt for the stripes. Just nudges the 9 home. Let's look around. See the angle he wants to make on this stripe near the pocket there. There is this stripe near the right-hand rail, which may cause potentially may cause a slight problem. Well, firstly, it's on the rail. And secondly, Ronnie's solid. He has a solid, fairly close by near the middle pocket there. Which is probably, if that wasn't there, where Johnny would like the cue ball to be playing that down the rail.
In the corner.
I'm sure we'll see Johnny Archer make a sensible choice here, though, to get onto that one down the rail. There's no problem with the other 3. The other 3 stripes, as you can see, all there near the 8 ball. Referee looking on, he's just queuing over the solid 1 ball. Looks well away from it here. Well, he's chosen to play for that stripe now, I think. He'll certainly be wise to take it now. He has the perfect angle. He's called it. He's called the 10. Just needs to keep his head down. Make sure of this. Because you could say if this goes down, it's looking good for 7-3. All the way. In his held position very nicely. As a choice. 2 stripes left, 2 choices.
Go inside.
He's calling the 12. No problem into the side. Well, he's looking back to his best mark.
7 in the corner.
Certainly is. 7-3 looms.
8 in the corner.
He's to break and only needs 1 more rack to win the match. That's it. 7-3 then. Johnny Archer leads Ronnie O'Sullivan. Some more first round losers' names: Michael Davis, Daniel Di Liberto, John Di Toro, Robin Dodson, Ernesto Dominguez, Max Abele, and
Take a break.
Tyler Eady.
Did he take a break? Did he take a break? He did? Okay. He took his break? Oh. Because I don't know where he's at. Did he take a break?
Just sounds as though Ronnie O'Sullivan has taken time out, but we don't know yet. We're just finding out.
No, I'm just kidding. No, I was fixing to go take a break if you did.
Can I have a break?
If you want to.
Did you sure?
Yeah.
I've been dying for 2 frames, but...
Oh,
Don't
yes,
die.
we're going to have time
No,
out.
what I'm saying is I thought the rules were, if you was at the table, I couldn't go.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah,
You
I
sure?
don't care. Yeah, don't matter. Just
Yeah.
be
Ronnie
ready to fight.
explained that he does want to go.
Want me to go with you?
If you like.
Come on, let's go.
Oh, they're going together. How cosy.
No, somebody told me you took a break.
Well, I just hope they turn their mics off, Mark.
Well, we've got a timeout, Ronnie O'Sullivan and Johnny Archer, 5-minute break, and we're going to now have a look at table 2, where there's another big match going on. Tom Storm from Sweden against Mika Immonen, both very fancied players. Immonen got off to a good start, taking the first 2, but as we join it in a moment, it's Tom Storm that's got the advantage. He's caught him back. So here we go. 6-5 the score. Tom Storm leading.
Yeah,
Mika Immonen.
Scorecard.
7-5, huh? 6-5.
Doesn't even know how to do the scorecard.
Players don't even know what the score is. So, Mika Immonen just putting his scorecard in. Sweden versus Finland. I wonder how many times they would have played each other in the Nordic 9-ball championships. Well, no ball knocked in, and they've really been spread. Tom Storm coming to the table. Tom Storm leading 6-5, of course, needs 2 more racks to win this match. Just want to stress this isn't a knockout match, this particular one. At some stage it'll be a knockout when they've got to win the match to make sure of a place in the top 3. Remembering there are 6 players in a group, each one has to play each other member of the group on a round-robin basis. And before they can work out which bottom 3 are out of the tournament, but would have a check of $5,000 in their pockets, and which ones go forward to the next round or level. It doesn't mean... Oh, quick bit of camera work there. We've now gone back to the first table. Johnny Archer, Ronnie O'Sullivan, they're back from their break. Their timeout, I should say, rather than break. And he's been absolutely lethal on the break as Johnny Archer. He only wants 1 more rack to win this match. And I think there's only on 1 occasion that he found to not winning from his break off Roxon. Am I correct there? Yes, I think that was once.
I think you're right, he failed once, and that was a chance, really, that let Ronnie back into the game.
Fifth game
he managed.
5th rack.
He got one down on the 5th rack, but he didn't make the clearance.
Didn't make the clearance, yeah.
I believe his next opportunity to break, he didn't make one. Again, leaving Ronnie a chance, and Ronnie capitalising. However, he's in trouble now, and not looking favourite to even come back to the table here.
3 ball in the corner.
Just to continue on the format Mark was talking about, they play round robins all the way this week until the very final match. That, of course, will be head-to-head. So a tremendous amount of matches, as well as a tremendous amount of players. They're playing round robins all the way through this week. Just the final match will be the head-to-head.
Well, change my route. 4 in the corner. Four in the corner. Oh. Damn it.
Yeah, we started in round 1 with 40 groups of players. And now we're in the 20 group stage of players. Then it goes to 12 groups, then 6 groups, then 3 groups, then the final round robin group, and then the final match. So those players who do proceed to the final stages will certainly be in pretty amazing form. You'd have to bet on some amazing 8-ball in the later stages as the players adapt and get used to these slow naps, tighter pockets.
I can't shoot it. 7 in the corner.
Will they be in good physical shape, though, after all that play, Roxton? It must be so wearing, but the adrenaline will drive them.
I'm sure it will. And the money, of course. Plenty to play for. I've always been a big believer if you can players keep on the table as much as possible, especially in match play as this is, then the more chance you have of really starting to play well and get somewhere near your best form.
6.
So they might be tired, but they'll also be shooting some great pool. Johnny Archer going about his business now as he was in the first 4 frames. Things looking ominous for Ronnie O'Sullivan. He's only got his 2 solids left. Although he has lost the cue ball slightly to the side rail, he would have wanted to be maybe a little away to leave himself an angle on his penultimate ball down the rail in order to leave his very final ball, the 1 ball.
Okay. There's a 2-minute break. Stop.
No problems there.
Again.
Seems to have a nice angle on the 1. Just checking it. He is limited slightly here with what he can do with the cue ball, simply because the cue ball's still, as you can see, on the side rail. So that does limit any options with playing with draw, side. So he really can only play with topspin. He's going to have to play with topspin anyway to get the cue ball somewhere up near the 8 ball, which, as you can see, is slightly down the table. Well, he's thinking about playing some draw. The problem is, of course, if he does play with the top, there's a couple of strike balls just to the left of the 1 ball there. You can't quite see in that shot. You can see them now near the rail. You've got the stripe 9, the first one in the way, and there's another stripe next to that, which do present a noticeable obstacle for the cue ball. And he certainly doesn't want to collide into any. This is why he's taking such a long time over what you might think is fairly straightforward. The 1 shouldn't be a problem. It's the position he's worried about.
Little 1 in the corner.
Should be interested to see what he does here. As I say, he needs to avoid any contact on those stripes. In doing so, he might be forced into playing this with bottom, and that does make the shot a lot more difficult. If he could roll it in, he'd be assured. Playing it this way, not so.
Sorry about that. Eight in the corner.
Well, in it goes, the vital ball. Johnny Archer then wins this match against Ronnie O'Sullivan. What a tremendous start he had.
Yeah, that was really it.
Taken first 4 frames, racks I should say, on clear run-outs from the break. O'Sullivan did fight back, but he wasn't quite as strong as Johnny Archer on the break, which Archer used to lethal effect. So Archer wins this match 8 racks to 3.
Okay, you got it. Thanks. Just okay, let me put this.
Ronnie, was it difficult playing against someone like Johnny Archer? I mean, when you had the opportunities, you ran out the table in 7th and 8th games, but he rarely gives you the opportunity.
Well, you know, I think he potted the ball off of 6, 7 of his breaks and cleared up 6 times and failed to do that once. So when you're doing that and you're sitting in your chair for like 4 or 5 wrecks, it's hard, you know, because I know my breaks no good. Basically, there's no beating around the bush about it. You know, I might as well be truthful about the matter. I mean, I didn't make 1 ball off the break, And if you're not doing that and he is and clearing up, then you ain't got a chance. But I just kind of stuck in there, and you know, once I get a bit of game behind me and start putting a bit of pressure on them, maybe they won't start running out these racks, you know. So it's all about me building my break up to get better, which I will do. And then once that comes and I start to apply more pressure, if they start bashing them in and running racks, then good luck to them. But, you know, I need to put some pressure on them. At the moment, I just ain't doing that. But, you know, like I say, it's all a bit of an experience for me. And but, you know, I fancy my chances eventually.
And you're used to being at the top of your sport in snooker. Is it hard to come in playing 8-ball right at the bottom here and have to work your way back up? I know you're a tough competitor. No, I'm kind of getting used to it a little bit. I'm learning a little bit about the game, so I'm kind of like finding my feet. But, you know, I'd find it hard if I come here and I thought, whoa, you know, they're doing things that are kind of blowing my mind away. But I haven't seen anything really that I've kind of gone, wow, you know. Apart from Johnny today with them first 4, 5 racks, you know, they were just flawless. But like I say, you know, if I'm not able to put any pressure on him, then, you know, he's going to be running out racks like that, you know, because I know what it's like. If you don't apply pressure, then you might as well just pack your bags and go home and stacking shelves in your local supermarket, you know. That's sport. Well, you're not out of it yet. We hope to see you in the later rounds.
Yeah, of course, thanks.
Let's head over here to Johnny. Johnny, congratulations. You really play like you're in the zone, almost like you're not even playing against your opponent. Is that somewhat of your strategy there?
Well, that's what you have to do. Playing guys like Ronnie who, you know, they can say what they want, but Ronnie, you give him an opportunity, he's going to beat you, you know, even though he's not played the game that much. But like he said in the interview, he's learning, and, you know, there's not a shot on there that he can't do. So, yeah, you just basically what you have to do playing this game is you just have to run out your opportunities, you know, and I'm getting older, so I'm learning that a little more now. Whereas when I was younger and, you know, and guys do things, I would get upset from it. Oh, God, he lucked the ball in, or look at that lucky position. But there's nothing you can do about it. So basically, I just try to do it whenever I get the opportunity is do my best.
Well, congratulations, Johnny. That was a great match. Good luck in the rest of the tournament.
Thank you very much.
Well, we've seen some marvellous play tonight in this match between Johnny Archer and Ronnie O'Sullivan. 4 perfect run-outs at the beginning by Archer proved emphatic. There was a small fight back up at 3 frames from Ronnie O'Sullivan, but it was Archer in the end that won by 8 racks to 3. He was a strong favourite before the match. From the bookies' point of view, he looks even stronger now.
Hottest pros are on cue. Come into town. Take an aim and shoot in pool. Thinking about the color of money. The International Pool Tour, every night, live on Eurosport and Eurosport 2.